Hey, Block 7 students, this is Mr. Swift. I just wanted to show you a really quick tutorial on using SketchUp for your bike park design project. So here I am. I'm in the online version of SketchUp at app.sketchup.com, and I'm starting with a blank template. And so when you start your project, you may want to be thinking about kind of the different area that you want. So what I'm going to do is zoom out a little bit, and it really helps when you use SketchUp to have a mouse, and that's my biggest advice. But first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a really big rectangle. This is going to be maybe the size. Oh, this is going to be the maybe the size of my my bike park. Okay. Now, um, once I've drawn that rectangle, I can go here and go to materials, and I can actually click on the browse and I can find some different materials for it. So let's say the bike park that I'm going to make is going to be out of dirt. So I could go to, let's say, landscape, fencing, and vegetation. All right. So I want to find kind of a dirt looking ground here. Now I'm going to paint that. So now my whole ground is this kind of fun looking dirt thing. Now everything that I draw out of that will have that same type of look to it. So that was under materials. Now let's say I want to make like a quarter pipe for a biker. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here and I'm going to just draw a rectangle, and I'm going to use the push pull tool and I'm going to pull that up. All right. So here's a rectangle. Now I want to put kind of a quarter pipe shape into that. So I'm going to change my look over here, kind of look at it from the side, and then I'm going to grab my arc tool, and down here at the bottom it tells me where my center point should be. I'm going to put my center point right here on the end, and then it says put my first point there, and then draw over like this, and there's a quarter circle. Now I'd use that push pull tool and I'd push that away, and so now looking at it, I have a fun kind of dirt quarter pipe. If I wanted to, I could go back to materials and I could choose maybe metal and make it a metal quarter pipe if I like. I could just go through and paint it like that. And so now I've got a metal quarter pipe. So these are going to be the kind of things that you have to decide when you're designing your own bike park. All right. Now that I have that, one of the parts of your project, you need to have at least several different lines for different abilities. So let's say I want to keep going on with the quarter pipe idea, but this one I want to make a much bigger quarter pipe. So I'm going to make it kind of about the same width, but this time I'm going to pull that up. I'm going to pull it up a bit higher. Now I'm going to go through and grab my arc tool again. I'm put my arc tool here on the side, click there, and see if I can get kind of a, I guess this would be kind of a kicker ramp. That, oh, something happened. I didn't draw it necessarily on the side of that ramp like I wanted to. Let's try that again. Click, click, and then click. Okay, let's see if that worked. Oh no, I'm having some problems. I don't know what's going on. Let me try it again. Maybe I'll try it a little lower. All right, now let's see if I can push pull that. There you go. Cool. So now, oh, look at this. There's kind of this plane in between these two. So now I can just use my eraser and erase away those lines. All right. So now I've got kind of a really big quarter pipe and a kind of an inverted quarter pipe for my riders. So I have different size shapes or different size lines for different people. And then now one of the other cool things that you can do in SketchUp is that you can import things. So the import tool is here under components. What we can do is we can actually search this library that's out there on the internet for anything SketchUp. So the first thing I'm going to do is I want to download a bike. All right. So I'm going to type in mountain bike. And now when you do these searches, you're going to notice that some of them are really small size, like this one that's 0.27 megabytes. But then there's other ones that are really big, like ones that are 8 megabytes. My advice to you, being a teacher who's been teaching this for about 10 years, is to make sure that you download things that are as small as possible. Because if you put too many things in there that are too big, it's going to really slow down and bog down your computer. So my advice, download the small thing. So you just click on that mountain bike and it's going to insert the model, and then I can go ahead and put it right here. So that's kind of fun. Now, one of the other things that I want to insert, if you want, you can insert some features. You don't necessarily have to insert everything. You are welcome to draw your own stuff. My advice to you is to not download a whole bunch of stuff. But we've got this person here, right? And I want to delete her. I'm going to click on her and hit delete. And then in here, I'm going to type in, I need a dude. I need some sort of bro that can come be in my bike park. So I'm going to download this guy called, I like this guy Brady. His name he's only 0.29 megabytes, which is a lot smaller than this other guy named Dude, which is 12 megabytes. So I want to download Brady and put him into my model. All right, so now there's Dude, and I'm going to actually put him over here more close to the bike. Okay, I'm going to keep moving him. There's Dude standing by the bike. All right, so now some of the other things that you need to think about in your design is you need to think about different lines for different ability riders, different types of bike riding. And, like this might be a dirt jump park, but around it, I might put like a cyclocross track or something like that. It's really up to you and how creative you want to be. But one of the things that you do need to start thinking about is kind of the amenities for the riders that go. So be thinking like, for me, I would love to have a water fountain at the cyclocross park. So I'm going to go and actually use my orbit tool. I'm going to come here on the back side of my metal ramp that I had. And I'm going to make sure I paint metal again though. Metal is here, right? Paint that metal. Now I'm going to go back and actually insert a water fountain or a little drinking fountain because I think it's important for riders to be hydrated. So I'm going to look up water fountain or drinking fountain. And again, all these things can be different size. There's one here that's only 0.15 megabytes. I think that's going to be pretty good for us. Or this one's 0.16. So I'll click on that, download that model. And then now I'm going to actually put it here on the ground. And then now I need to rotate it and put it on the back side of this wall. So using what's called the orbit tool, I'm going to hit orbit and I'm going to orbit that item on the space. I'm going to click and then I'm going to line it up and then put it there. Oh, I messed that up a little bit. So again, with the orbit tool, the first thing it says pick a rotation plane, and we want to rotate it around this blue rotation plane. And then down here at the bottom, it says align the bottom protractor. So we're going to align it in that plane. And then now I can rotate it and work slowly and click there. And then now I can move my water fountain onto the back side of my ramp. So you get done using the Quarterpipe and you come over and get a drink of water. So just keep in mind that not only do you have to have, different lines for different type of riders, you need to think about amenities, maybe shade, maybe tools, maybe a pond to jump your bike into. It's totally up to you. That's the fun thing about this program is that you can go through and you could make a circle and then come over here and grab your materials. And then I think down at the bottom is water, which is right here. And we could actually paint that full of water. So if you wanted to have a hot tub for your riders, you could do something like that. You could build yourself a hot tub. So I want you all to be creative. I want you to have a good time with it. I've used SketchUp for a long time. If you have any questions, please feel free to let me know. And I'll even probably have some work hours available. Like maybe on a certain day, I'll have times available for you to jump in and ask me some questions. But I hope you enjoyed the assignment. If you have any questions on how to use Onshape, like I said, please reach out. And good luck to all you Block 7 bike STEM kids. All right, take care and enjoy using SketchUp.